Well, Don, let's start at the very beginning. So, you landed. You arrived at Iwo Jima on the USS Missoula, correct?
Yes.
Landed on D-Day, the third wave onto the beach.
February 19th, 8 o'clock in the morning.
And the mission was to secure Mount Suribachi.
Yes.
The mission was supposed to last 2 weeks and wound up lasting 6 weeks. Japanese had underground bunkers called pillboxes. You were a flamethrower. Let's just step by step from the brief to loading up the insertion on the beach. What was it like on the insertion to the beach?
I had two men, one on my left and one on my right. We were pretty well much alone. We didn't wait for anybody else. We just kept doing our job, bellowing, firing what we thought they might be in, then we'd move along.
Were they shooting at you before you landed?
This is where the two men come in also. If they come now a lot of them are on fire and come running out. Bang, bang, we drop them. They would kill them right there. If they would come up with their hands up and that, then we would call for support, and they'd send a bunch of people up there and grab them. But it was a different kind of a fight. We never fought like that on an island before. And Iwo Jima was all volcanic, so they had to tunnel in everywhere they went, and it was solid and hard, to get in and stay in. They lived in it. They lived in there for 2 years before we came. So the idea was to block them up if we could, and the only way we could do it was to close it in. Now the engineers followed us. We would do our best to get them out, and then when we left, they'd come along, blow the thing in, dynamite it.
Can you describe how long it took you to get from the beach to the tunnels, to the pillboxes?
It took, from the top of the beach was 575 feet to Mount Suribachi. We got there the third day.
Wow.
Third day. They come at us at nighttime, but during the day they threw everything they had on us because they're right down on us. They can look, they can see us. That's why my skipper, when he took a round, right, bad place, he crawled up behind that rock and they couldn't get him. And he lit up a cigarette, and that was it till we found him.
What did he say?
Yeah. When we reached the base finally, we had a hand fight with hand grenades, but they were throwing them down on us, but we couldn't throw up. Now, normally we can grab, if we're fast enough, we'll grab that hand grenade, we'll throw it right back at them. Their own, and it'll get them. But we couldn't do it. We couldn't throw them uphill. That's quite a long ways up there. So what we did is we secured the base, blew them out of there, just did everything. We got them out of there. They went down in the cave and went down below Mount Suribachi. Some of them came up to the top there, and then our patrol that went up with this flag that my battalion commander gave them to put up, they killed a few of them up there anyway. Yeah.
Were there planes? Can you describe the scene a little bit? Was there planes above? How much
when
shooting?
We fought, no, they did not come because they'd be hitting us,
So it was all man on man.
We gave them word that we're mopping up Suribachi right now. Don't be coming on to us. So they did not come.
So it was just
we wouldn't let them come. We didn't want them to come because we were all over that place. They had a battalion of men. Well, I'll tell you, when we left Suribachi, we didn't have a battalion. And when we got to Hill 362A, that was a bloody thing. It just hammered the daylights out of us. I almost cried. I was off to the side with the flamethrowers. If they get me, I'm chopped liver. That's all there is to it. They got my squad leader. They tortured him. They found his body. So I took over the squad. But then I lost the squad. So, I mean, it was just a bloody, confused battle. We didn't know what to really expect. because nobody knew anything about the island. It was kept secret.
How many friends did you have die there?
How many?
How many friends did you have die there?
I had a kid, Orville Caribou was his name. We went to school together in Detroit. We went to school together, and he was a rifleman. He was killed on Hill 362A. I had about 3 or 4 good buddies there that were killed. We lost our officers. None of them came out of there. So we fought to the north end, and by the time we got to the north end, we held it right there because we had them down by the water. We had about a week to go because we knew we would be fighting 6 weeks there. So we had about a week to go, and we would have it all done. And they would come at us at night and then go hunker back down on the beach by the water. They can go swim. Our ships, our boats would take them up, pick them off, or they could come at us, and eventually we'd wipe them out because we killed like 200-300 every night at a bonsai charge. I think we were fortunate. I don't know in my battalion of anybody that really got killed by a bonsai charge unless it was hand grenades. But bodily, they did not get to us, and that's what we were really afraid of, bayonet fighting. We didn't want that to happen, but we were ready. If we had to, we had to, but that never happened because we could kill them before they got right to us. Yeah.
How long did it take for you to see the first Marine killed in action?
I didn't quite get the question.
How long did it take for you to see the first Marine killed in action at Iwo Jima?
Not long at all. When I hit the beach, I lay face down. I had these 2 boys with me. We were scared to death. John Bass alone, Medal of Honor, Guadalcanal, the first one. He was killed right to our right, never got up. 3 kids ahead of me were already dead. There were bodies laying all over the beach, and we had to crawl over those bodies to move to the top. But it was hard getting to the top because nobody could get off the thing. Every time you'd get up to move and run, and when we got it, they had it all. They plowed up the volcanic ash loose, 2.5, 3 feet of it, and it would sink right up to here, right up to your cap, and then you had to get your leg out. Well, I had a flamethrower on. Well, by the time I reached the top, I lost my 2 buddies. They weren't with me anymore. So I went the first night of that battle, I was alone. Oh. In a hole, too. It was a mess. It was really a mess, a disaster. That's the problem of going on these islands you don't know anything about.